Micah falls on Andrew and flattens him like a pancake. I'm at the top, and all I hear is, oh my God, everything stopped. Are you okay? Are you okay? You know when like there's an emergency on the football field?
Yeah.
And everyone stops. Everyone's like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay?
It's the Scott and Allie Not For Air podcast. The rules are gone. The shirt is untucked. Here's Scott and Allie.
Are we not going upsy downsies? Are we going side to side?
We will go upsy downsies. Hang on a second. Whoopsie doozies.
Whoopsie doozies. Tushity pushity.
Oh, I might not be able to do it after we start recording. Ooh. Oh, we might just, sorry, y'all. We're just gonna, no, wait.
Whoop.
Oh, no. It says orientation settings are disabled while live.
Oh, you want to do it or you want to not do it?
I don't care.
This doesn't matter to me. You tell me.
No, let's keep it.
All right.
Let's keep
Welcome
going.
to the Scott and Allie Not For Air podcast.
Woo! This is really behind the scenes.
Episode number 201, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's right. So I was gone after the other one got released with your girlfriend. Any good word on the street?
Somebody told me they're like, she was really funny. And I don't remember who said that.
Oh, that's very sweet. That's
Damn
so
it.
sweet.
I can't remember. I mean, it became kind of what I expected. Let's bust Scott's balls a little bit more. I don't get enough of that in the world. So, but that's all right.
And I was telling that to my cousins when I was on vacation. I said, that's just the kind of relationship we have.
Yes.
Because the problem is, and now my cousins were the same way. Everyone got along so well. But I was telling of another person that my whole family knows, and how they're not that way, and that they take things from me wrong.
Oh, well.
Yes. And I said, well, the problem is I forget that not everybody has the humor that Scott and I have.
Yeah.
And that we can. And I was saying how like you always make fun of me for singing or whatever. Like you'll just pick on me, and I like that. And same with, I hope you like that I pick on you.
Oh, it comes right back at me.
Yes.
Yeah,
And so I said, I forget that not everyone's like Scott and I, and some people might take it the wrong way, which means they shouldn't be my friend.
Well, there's that. If you can't adjust to what we are, then too bad. Speaking of which, hold on. I forgot. This one's coming out right before Halloween.
Oh, yes.
Hold on a second. Let me get set here. So since this drops right before Halloween, look at this thing right here.
I love it. Push the button. Push the button. Do you remember what it does?
Yes. I got to push the button. Where's the button? Oh, here it is. No, that's not the button.
No, that's it.
Where, up top?
It's so in between his feet.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Here you go. You ready?
Yeah. So when one of our coworkers, their daughter came in, this was right before I left, and she was in the studio. So she was a little scared of it at first because she's young. She's only 2.5 years old. But then once I pushed
it's been
it,
the longest 2.5. I swear. When's she going to be 8?
I know. Oh my gosh.
God.
She got a haircut the other day.
Yeah, it was cute.
And she's starting to look like a little lady. But anyway, so she was kind of scared of the skeleton that Scott was just playing. And for those of you who are not watching. And so then once that came on, then she started laughing.
Yeah.
And what I was doing while it was playing, I was like, sticking my butt out and going,
Not a far stretch.
No, and she loved it. Anyway, you said you had a question for me.
I do. I have a question for you. Now, I'm going to have to ask this exact question. I'll have to ask again. Probably. Okay, so I should let everybody know. So when we get to around Christmas time, it becomes one of those things. We usually take like 1 week off from the podcast only because there's, you have a vacation for the holidays. I come up with vacation for the holidays. So I'll ask you this right before we do our last podcast, before all that happens again. But I want to ask you now. So you just completed, we've never done it like this in the past 20 years. the way your vacation has panned out this year, just scheduling wise, has been a lot in a short period. You've got you're fresh back from 1 week off, went with family to the Outer Banks, and you said had a blast.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you more about that in a second.
And then next week you're going to be out visiting with girlfriends. I think you're going to New England, right?
Yes, we're starting in Boston, and then we're going to go all the way up to Acadia, and then come down. But we're going to hit like Portsmouth. I think we talked about Bangor.
You know what I like to say about Bangor?
You Bangor, you brought her.
You're damn right. I could never live there. That would endlessly be the joke that comes out of me.
Same joke for 19 years.
Yes, it never changes.
You know, these girlfriends I'm going with, I've known them since 6th grade.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
No, that's great.
I know.
That's really sweet.
I love it. I love it.
So
go ahead.
you've got that. And then you're back a little bit. And then it's Thanksgiving week. And I think, didn't you say you're just extending? We'd be off Wednesday through Friday that week anyway.
Yes.
But you're just extending it out a couple extra days.
Correct.
And taking that week. Is it because we've never done this in the literally it'll be 20 years we've done this show together coming into early 2026. Is it a little weird? Do you feel stoppy? I know you've only completed 1 week, but you and I are very dedicated people to being committed to what we're doing. And I mean, maybe we're too dedicated at times. I mean that in today's society, because sometimes you feel like you're the only dedicated people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does feel real stoppy. I don't love it, but I didn't really think this through. And I wasn't originally going to the Outer Banks. I had gotten asked to go to the Outer Banks back in March, and I couldn't because of our Children's Miracle Network stuff.
Right.
So then
But I remember telling you, I'm like, man, this sounds good. You should think about that.
Yeah. So then when the second opportunity came up with all of my cousins, then I added that. 2 things. I wouldn't suggest doing it this way because I was getting a little too burnt out from the beginning of the year to now.
Yeah.
And then you're right. Now it's like start, stop. And yeah, I don't love it because I have to work ahead always now for the rest of the year.
I know next week's trip, obviously there's the plan for that. For the Thanksgiving week, is that literally just hanging around back home in Cleveland?
Well, I can't tell you yet. You know, but I can't say it on the podcast yet.
Oh yes, I do. But that's only.
Oh, I'm so sorry to do that to you guys, but I can't tell you until I come back.
But that's only 1 day.
Well, that's a process.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
All right. Okay.
I mean, do you get it done in 1 day?
Oh, wait. I must be thinking of something different. Hold on, I'll pass you a note.
Okay.
In the meantime, tell us about your trip to the Outer Banks.
So one of the things that we did not talk about on the air, but I wanted to talk about was, and you had asked me this on the phone when I was at the airport and we chatted, and you said, do you get sand everywhere? The answer is yes. Yes, you do. Not only did I do the sand sledding, but we were doing kiting, sunrise, sunset. We were rolling down the sand dune hill. We had sand in our hair. I took my bra off, Scott, and sand just like pouring out of my bra.
That is awesome.
And I only brought one bra.
That's awesome.
Because I was trying to pack. As lightly as I could. Let's see.
Which is weird, though, because you were saying that part of the country, that part of the Outer Banks where you were, very windy. Although it was warm enough for this time of year, it was very windy. So you almost have to pack warm-ish.
Yes, and I didn't do here, take this.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We're literally passing notes during the podcast.
It's on the outside. I put it on the outside. Do you see it?
Almost everybody did. Jesus.
I did not. That's why I'm going to be.
I thought it was, but you are going to make it to Cleveland.
No, probably not.
Oh, okay.
No. Well, we'll talk about that. That actually, I will say this one thing. The thing that Scott and I will reveal after Thanksgiving break, we'll reveal this. But I am not going to go back to Cleveland, and this is actually kind of sad. Junior is not traveling very well anymore. He starts to cry the whole time.
The fact that we're passing notes during this podcast is really making me laugh.
I mean, you can if you want
This
to.
is the worst tease for you guys.
By the way, you can if you want to.
Well, I just didn't know if I should, set aside a little bit of time, which I certainly can.
I'll pay you.
Really?
I will.
Don't even insult me with that.
I pay $20 an hour.
Don't even insult me.
Anyway, okay, so back to
I charge 40. No, I'm just kidding. No, never
back
mind.
to what we were saying. What were we saying?
Junior, not traveling that well.
So he's been doing this thing where I took him to Kinzu. I took him to the Kinzu Bridge, and I took him to Rock City Park in Olean. And I've noticed he's been doing this a lot in the car recently when I went to Cleveland a couple times. So not only does he start crying a lot, I think he just can't get comfortable.
Yeah.
But also if he gets
You
really...
should see me with my sciatic now after I wrecked it on Gavin's soccer parents versus kids soccer game. I understand not getting comfortable in a car.
You're going to have a hard time with... Aren't the kids going down south for a holiday coming up, maybe? Maybe. Okay. That's a long drive. So anyway, back to Junior.
Yes.
So Junior, he just had a vet visit and everything went fine. It was a clean bill of health, but just age. And so he's not only crying a lot in the car, which he never did this before. I think he just can't get comfortable, but he'll get really hot and he starts to shake as if he's having a seizure. Ooh. And I don't like that. And my mom noticed it too, because my mom was watching him and she took him to Titanic and she's like, oh my gosh, Junior is really not doing well in the car. And I was like, yeah, I really don't want to put him in the car more than I have to. So I'm not going to go back to Cleveland for Thanksgiving, but I will go back for Christmas. Mm-hmm, so anyway, so that's that.
It's interesting because you know that I at one point had elderly dogs. Remember, Fred when he was getting older, and and Ginger who died, or not Ginger, Jesus, Pebbles, who kept dying. Do you remember this?
Yes.
She kept having.
Tell this story.
So my first set of pugs was Fred, Wilma, and Pebbles, and Fred and Wilma were brother and sister, and Pebbles was a rescue about a year later. Ironically, same exact birth date as Fred and Wilma, but a year later.
How crazy is that?
The weird thing is Pebbles was, like I said, a rescue. She was actually a rescue from a pet store in Cleveland. We got these dogs years ago when I lived in Cleveland. And it was one of these, Pebbles was taken home, then brought back, and it got my ex-wife. It was like, this, this is sad, right? So hence we ended up getting, Pebbles, and we had Fred, Wilma, and Pebbles for a while. I had lost Wilma very early. She was only like, maybe 10, maybe? I don't even know that she was that old.
Was that the dog that passed when I first got here?
Yes. She had a stone that got blocked in her urethra between her bladder and, the out. And there was nothing they could do. And God, that was heartbreaking. And way before her time. And God, she was such a good...
I just moved here and I'm like, it was a little weird because I didn't know you. And I'm like, I also wasn't a big dog lover at the time.
Right.
And I remember our coworker, her name was Carol Sutterby. She came in and you were talking to her and you were crying. And I'm like, this is kind of... It felt a little awkward at the time.
It was so sad and so sudden.
Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I was not very sympathetic at the time and I feel bad about that. But I remember you and Carol hugging when this happened.
It was an over the weekend emergency thing. Well, anyway, Fred and Pebbles went on for quite some time. And Fred, when it was his time, I had come home. He was near not responsive anymore. It happened when, not totally happened. I had to take him to the vet to, finish helping it happen.
Oh my God.
It's sad, but that, they kind of wait, I mean, I'm telling you this only because these are things to eventually, and every situation's different, but you could bump into one of these things. And if anything, if it mentally gets you into a place of good knowing, I might possibly have to walk into this. So Pebbles, though, Fred just was to the point. It's like, okay, it was his time. He had done his thing. And Pebbles, though, the weirdest thing was, she had some issues. There was clearly some inbreeding that had happened in her line. She had the tongue.
She was born in West Virginia.
Oh, God. The tongue hung all the way out. You're like,
I remember that.
But she was sweet, right? She was a sweet thing. Lasted quite some time. And she kept literally, for lack of a better term, keeling over. Like the last year she was alive.
It's almost like a cartoon, like where they flop over, they put their legs in the air, and they're like, and then all of a sudden they get up, and you're like,
she was alive again. And literally every time we took her to the vet, they're like, well, we're not seeing any problem here. I'm like, yeah, because you didn't just watch her die and come back.
Yeah.
And eventually she, got to the point where, again, it was a trip home, and there was like 2 back to back. And I'm like, we got to go to the vet. You just know, you weirdly, God, I don't know how to, this is not meant to be a sad podcast. But
I know, we're going to get off of that in a minute.
But we will. But since you're eventually going to run into something like this, there is a weird feeling that comes over you that you kind of know that, assuming you don't come home and he's just taking a nap and not to come back, which admittedly would be peaceful. I mean, if you walked into that, as heartbreaking, as sad as it is, you're like, okay, he was ready to move along, and 15, even for a small dog.
Oh, that's, yeah.
The numbers are getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously enjoy the time, do, everything he wants, because that's where it's at.
Right. Which is not driving.
But if you do have to make the really tough choice of, I have to go to the vet, it is weird, because I know that I have to do this. At least this is the way it hit me. I know that I have to do this. I don't think this is going to be we're all coming home together kind of moment.
Oh, God.
It gets very sad.
Yes.
If they do just, give you the option of, look, we can help him along at this point here. Don't drag it out. I mean, if if the vet suggests it, and stay with him. Honestly, I did.
Oh, absolutely. I had somebody tell me the other day they didn't stay.
Oh, no, don't. I mean, just stay, because it's very peaceful.
Yeah.
They almost, well, I mean, it's not too different when they do it for humans, where they kind of quote unquote make you comfortable.
Yeah.
If someone ever comes into your, if you're ever admitted in the hospital and I'm visiting you and the doctor comes in and says, well, we have an option to make you comfortable. First thing I'm going to say is, damn right, get that injection going right now. And then after that, you'll know.
Yeah.
But it does work. It's sad, but you somehow know. Like, if you get home, I'm not trying to make this sad. I'm almost trying to do it so that you're
prepared,
kind of mentally in that place. Because if things are beginning to happen.
By the way, Junior is fine and well, for anybody who's listening and is thinking,
I heard the cough last week when he was in here. There's no fine and well in this dog anymore.
Yeah, he does have. He's got a smoker's cough.
But I'm not saying
he needs to lay off the Pall Malls.
He does, but I'm not saying it's over.
Yeah.
You maybe put him on a vape.
Right? Exactly. Well, yesterday we were at that bar gig, and were you there when the woman was crying about her dog?
Wow, this must have been the best tailgate party that I missed everything from. I'm out here playing foaling, which is a version of imagine throwing a football at bowling pins. You missed the entire football game, and you're having conversations with people, and now people are crying about their dog at the bar.
What it was,
this is just sad.
What it was they were my old neighbors, and they had said Brutus had passed, and I said, yeah, I saw you guys about a month ago, and you had mentioned it, and then apparently he had his own room and where there was a crate and everything in there. And so they had not taken his stuff out, and they had just did it like the day before. And she said how hard it was. And she goes, I have cried more over this dog than I have people in my life. I believe it.
It's true.
That's when you walked up, and I told Scott, when Junior goes, I'm going to take at least 2 days, maybe 3.
I don't think you'll have any vacation left if it happens this
Shut
year.
up. Shut up. Okay, speaking of vacation. So you want to hear something that's kind of weird, and I don't know why this was weird. I have not seen my cousins shirtless in a long time. So.
Oh, God. This is, already the setup is making me feel weird.
Yes. When you're younger, you're playing in the sprinkler, you go to the swimming pool.
You're just a bunch of kids.
Right, exactly. Well, on this trip, there's a resort, and so there's a pool and a hot tub and all that stuff. And I saw some of my cousins shirtless for the first time in a long time. Couple observations. Seeing my cousins with gray chest hair is so weird.
Yeah, there you go.
The other thing that's so funny, I didn't realize that my cousin Andrew was so hairy. And here's what happened.
Boy, am I glad this has gone this way. I was so waiting for. And then, Tyler took his shirt off and we were all like, whoo! And we're like,
No.
it is your cousin.
No.
Thank God.
No, I was making fun of him because it looked like.
Oh, that's nice. Make fun of somebody that he's probably already got a complex about his body image. Boy, everybody should have you as a friend. I get the abuse, and now you're making fun of your hairy cousin.
Yeah, well, that's how we operate. So I was like, Andrew, it looks like you're literally like you shaved a t-shirt on your back, but left all the hair on your arms. And he's like, Rochelle, that's his wife. He's like, why you got to embarrass me? Why didn't you shave me all the way down? Because you have to have your significant other shave you, right? Like you can't reach all those spots.
Oh, there's spots around back that you can't get. You need help.
Exactly. What do you do if you're a single guy?
You go get a waxing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's your only option. Just go get a waxing.
Okay. And then.
Because you can't call up. I couldn't call up my buddy Terry. I want you to come over. You're going to need, Terry, you're going to need a 12-pack of seltzers for what's coming your way.
Yes.
And when you get here, I'm going to hand you my manscaper.
Yeah.
And listen.
But here.
Just crack one before you get going.
But I could see where he would actually be good at it because you guys are used to shaving that style of hair. I think Terry would actually be your best
I don't think
bet.
Terry has 4 pubes on him. To be honest with you, I don't think he has I think he has 2 chest hairs.
Know?
I think he has 2 chest hairs.
You've been swimming with him.
Well, I think so. No, he's just, he's a hairless wonder. There you go. I mean,
Lucky him. But here's the other thing. One of my other cousins had a huge scar on his stomach, and I didn't want to ask because I didn't want it to seem like I was looking. But
you just simply go, what the hell happened to you?
I know I should have. But okay, here's the thing that happened though. So there's this long slide. And my cousins, we're all going down this water slide. And of course, there's 3 boy cousins that are there. And the 2 of them were like, hey, when Andrew comes down this water slide, let's teabag him. So,
oh my God.
So what happened was.
Poor Andrew.
So Andrew's coming down the slide. And my cousin Micah had, you like spread your legs. So when Andrew comes through the slide, that Micah's balls would be on his face. But
he didn't pull him out of the trunks.
Here's what happened.
Oh, no.
Well, Andrew didn't know this was happening, and he was trying to be funny and goof off, and he had his legs up, and he knocked Micah in the balls so hard. And then Micah, who's probably 300 pounds, and Andrew's like 175, Micah falls on Andrew and flattens him like a pancake. I'm at the top, and all I hear is, oh my God, everything stopped. Are you okay? Are you okay? You know when there's an emergency on the football field?
Yeah.
And everyone stops? Everyone's like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? Life stopped for a good minute where you're like,
God.
Is everyone breathing? Is everyone okay?
Is everyone breathing?
Micah
you just
can't
had a
breathe.
300-pound guy drop on you.
Well, Micah can't breathe because his balls just got hit. Andrew can't breathe because Micah just landed on him. It is a holy mess. Oh my gosh. It was.
And meanwhile, Allie's at the top. Geronimo!
Yes. I'm like, what's going on? Can I come down the slide? Oh, luckily my cousin Melanie got it on video.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was awesome.
Oh, that's got to be played at a Payne family Christmas somewhere.
Oh, for sure. I want to say one other thing about Outer Banks, though. I would never go back.
Oh, I am very surprised. Everyone said that it looked like you were having a great time. Or is it a one and done for you?
It was a one and done. I had the best time.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was, when you go someplace and you do a ton of stuff. We had a full itinerary. We were knocking everything off of our list. But I felt like we saw everything. And there was nothing that I felt like I had to go back again. It was fun.
The people that probably go back a lot are the people that really like that view and that beach.
That's what my cousin said.
And that, they'll go, that, becomes the family kind of destination. You're a very, I must be active all vacation long.
Yes.
Seeing things, doing different things. I guess I can understand that from you. Who knows? Maybe you'll go back in 10 years if they do it again. You know,
if my family went, sure, I would do it. But my cousin describes it best. It's like the largest sandbox you have ever played in.
Get right. Oh, speaking of which, did you get any good seafood when you were there?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I ate seafood, I think, every single meal.
Oh, you have to.
It was amazing. There was one other thing I was going to tell you about that. Oh, yeah. So with the government shutdown, a lot of things were closed that were historical. You have to think, this is where the first settlers came to. This is where they landed, right? And my cousin has been there so much, she kind of was our tour guide.
Oh, that's
and was
funny.
giving us all the information. It was really interesting. We even went on a replica ship of what they would have traveled on, with as close to like the size that they thought it would be. And we even did some of the fun things like when they were first settling and they were making furniture and whatnot. So you know how there's spindles on a chair?
Yeah.
So they had it how they would have done it back in the day, where the spindle was on like a piece of rope and then you push with your foot. So, and then with a blade, you can make like a design on the spindle. It was fun. It was very interesting, historical, which I love. You know, the Wright brothers, that also happened there. It was really.
Did you go to that area where they were Kitty Hawk and all?
Yes, we did. And the museum was closed, but luckily you can still see they have the the little markers of, this is where they first landed. Okay, this is where the second.
Oh, that's cool.
Because the first one was only like 12 seconds long.
Yeah.
And then they got to like 59 seconds or something. You want to hear a fun fact?
Sure.
So after the...
No, bore the shit out of me,
yeah,
please.
right? Wilbur and Orville, and maybe some of you...
Redenbacher, right?
Redenbacher, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe some of you know this from visiting, but after they had done their 4 flights, because it was all on the same day, and it was the 12 seconds, the 15 seconds or whatever, and they were done. They got their 59 seconds, and it's like, woo, yay. They went to take the plane. They had like almost like a little garage. They went to take the plane back to the garage. Well, they didn't have it tied down well enough, and it's very windy there. The plane ended up flipping. And it was ruined. Their plane was how sucky is that? You just flew for the first time and then it's in pieces.
It's like a prelude to Delta.
Yeah. Oh, you want to hear something else too? Southwest.
Everybody survived that crash, so that joke kind of flies, unlike their plane.
On Southwest, it's you pick your own seat. So it's first come, first serve. I hate that.
I thought that was over. I thought they were assigning.
They're ending it January of next year.
Right. I knew it was coming.
It's such a stupid idea because then everyone's looking down. Nobody wants you to be in their row. Because if you look up and I catch your eye, I'm like, all right, let me squeeze in here. But it sucks. I can see why they're ending it. It's terrible.
Yeah, that was a practice. You know when it worked better? When flights weren't as packed as they are today.
Oh, yeah.
When you had much more open space on a plane, which is an impossibility to find now. Now, I want to go back to your cousin.
Getting teabagged?
Well, that too. The first cousin, Andrew, the skinny, hairy one.
Yes.
And then I'm going to go to Micah, who is... I don't want to say fat. He is the larger of the cousins by a couple 100 pounds. Is he also hairy?
No, not overly.
Okay, that brings up the question.
What?
What's weirder, a skinny, super hairy guy or because you see a larger, super hairy guy with hair in all the wrong spots, like, up here and all over. Like it's expected on a big guy.
Right.
You don't expect it in a skinny guy. Like skinny guys strangely get this genetic, little advantage where they're like, I don't have shoulder hair. In fact, I might have 4 hairs on my entire body. And bigger guys are plagued with it. Like it just runs down your back.
More testosterone, right? It's got to be.
No, because testosterone doesn't make you bigger in the sense of 350 pounds versus 178. That's called the buffet.
No, but I'm thinking like when women get like a hair on their chin and whatnot, it's because they have more testosterone.
Okay. Then maybe that's the reason for it. Sure, I'll go with that. But is it weird when you see a super hairy skinny guy versus because 178 pounds, your family's not short.
And he's very tall.
So he's a string bean, but a hairy string bean.
Yes.
Is it weird? Like
it was kind of weird because, like I said, the last time I saw him shirtless was when we were kids.
Well, yes, that's true
because
too.
whenever I hang out with him at Christmas time,
he keeps his shirt on, obviously.
Yes, it's cold, and we're not going to a swimming pool.
Right? No, I just would think that would be the more shocking. Like you are expecting on the beach to see, the big fat hairy guy. And there's a lot more hair in weird places.
Yeah.
Rare on a skinny guy. That's got to be just, wow.
Wait, let me tell you one other thing that happened on the plane. I'm in the very last seat because, it's you pick your seats. This guy is farting like something fierce.
Did you say game on, Montfrere?
Oh my gosh. It was so bad. So we finally land, but we had to taxi for a little bit. So this guy gets up to go to the bathroom and they're like, "Sir, please sit down. We cannot land this, or we cannot let you off this plane until you sit down until we get to the gate." Blah, blah. They're yelling at him. And I want to be like, please. Let him go.
Let him go.
That is good and holy. This guy was like sweating. He had to poop so bad.
How did you not retaliate with your own ass?
I guess I didn't have to fart then. I don't know why.
Of all times.
I know. I don't know why.
God, great. 30,000 feet and she loses all gas.
I know.
Like, jeez.
I don't know why it just was not gassy. I was not gassy.
If there was anybody that I could have expected, could have been like, "Oh, you really think that was something? Be ready for this."
Oh my God. No. It was so bad.
Oh.
It was like, what's worse? Sitting next to a crying baby or the guy who's literally shatting his pants?
Yeah, that's rough.
What do you think is worse?
I'll take the screaming baby. I'm numb to it. I hate to say it. I got enough of that going on I had enough going on in my life.
Sure. You've done the kid thing.
Yeah, but I've been in this room sometimes when I'm like...
See, and I would rather have the fart guy.
Oh.
And it was bad. Oh, yeah. So bad.
Were they loud too, or were they just SBDs?
No, SBDs. Oh. It was terrible.
And you never know what's coming.
Yeah, it was
God.
awful.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
You should have looked at him and been like, "Turbulence getting you?"
And at one point, I was getting some gurgles in my belly on the way back, and I thought, oh no, am I going to be the one who poops on a plane? Who poops on a plane?
Well, you kind of wish that guy would have gotten that out.
I know. That's why when I was traveling that morning, I was thinking, don't eat anything too. No, I don't need to shock my system. Today is not the day.
We're going to leave the broccoli salad for someone else.
I'm like, that guy must have ate, broccoli salad before he traveled. Or he had too much beer the night before. My God.
Golly.
Anyway, we have to go to a meeting.
Well, all right. On that note, that's we'll be back next week.
All right, bye.
Well, that was fun. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. Do us a favor, will you? Subscribe. Share the Scott and Allie Not For Air podcast. Touch our buttons. We know you want to.